It remains one of the most dangerous places in the world, but Iraq also has some of the richest resources on earth. And as security improves, so too has the opportunity for international investment. In the north, the Kurdistan regional government has signed at least 30 oil contracts with companies to start developing their fields. Moving south, the country's key port of Qasr is back in business after Iraqi troops defeated militia groups there. And in nearby Basra, Shell has signed a $4 billion deal to process gas there. Al Jazeera's Nicole Johnston spoke exclusively to Shell's vice president for new business development in the Middle East and started by asking him why their contract wasn't open to other companies.
This partnership could not be structured under a competitive format. There's no biddable parameters as such.
So at no stage did either Shell or the Iraqi government talk about opening up the bidding process?
I don't see what for. As far as I know, there's no other companies who is right now mobilized in Basra doing what we're doing.
This is going to be a joint project with Iraq, so what are the Iraqis going to get out of it?
Well, first of all, I think the most important thing, this is a good demonstration that the business environment, the security environment are improving. Two, to me, the most important thing the Iraqi will get out of this, the investments bring jobs.
In terms of the jobs that you mentioned, is there some sort of quota to guarantee that, or how will that actually work?
Projects like this will need services, will need small businesses to be developed, we will need catering, transport, drivers, etc., etc. And that's really, I think, what the Iraqis aspire to as well.
At this stage, do you know what type of security arrangements you would have for Shell employees in Iraq? Would you be using foreign contractors, or have you been in talks with the Iraqi government or US troops?
Well, the only thing I can say is, first of all, security of our own people is very important to us, to me. Two, everything we do is in full transparency to the government, and whatever measures we have in place have been discussed with the Ministry of Oil, and everyone knows what we are doing on the ground.
Would the presence of US troops in Iraq, could that help or hinder security for Shell?
Look, the way we approach this is based on a lot of assessment, planning, and mitigation. And we made the first move. We opened an office in Basra and in Baghdad based on the current situation.
As an international oil company working there, though, would you feel more secure knowing that there were still troops there?
Well, indeed, as an international oil company, we are working everywhere, over 100 countries. So we are experienced with many situations all over the world. So Iraq is challenging, but I'm sure it's a challenge we could overcome.
Iraq's port of Qasr is the country's gateway to the rest of the world. It played an important role in the shipment of humanitarian supplies to Iraqi civilians after the 2003 US-led invasion. Now back under government control, business is starting to pick up, as Omar Al-Saleh reports.
It's Iraq's access to the waters of the Gulf. The port of Qasr is an entry point for almost 80% of Iraq's imports. In recent years, this port has been almost crippled. At different times, it's been under the control of bodies ranging from Shia militias affiliated to different political parties to self-declared bandits who've been at the center of oil smuggling and even piracy. But now, the Iraqi government is taking back control of this critical place in the oil-rich city of Basra. And in the wake of a military operation last March, order has been restored. New security measures introduced in and around the port. As a result, the amount of incoming goods has doubled in recent months. A much-needed influx of basic items like sugar, flour, and also cars. And there is hope for more.
Our goal and hope is to deepen the port to get bigger ships to dock. Now we are fixing our old diggers and using what tools we have.
Like the rest of Iraq's infrastructure, crippled by years of wars, sanctions and looting, Qasr is still operating with cranes dating back to the 1960s and 70s. triggering calls on the government for more spending to get economic development.
We have very old docks and nothing has changed since the fall of the regime. We should have a bigger port and modernize it with new cranes and digital equipment.
And as big ships docked and containers unloaded, it seems Qasr has made an achievement for the time being. Omar Saleh, Al Jazeera.